Hello and a warm welcome to Federal special program Capital Beat. The fourth phase of Lok Sabha elections has just got over, and this phase was spread out across 96 Lok Sabha seats, 9 states, and one union territory. Now, let me give you a breakup. Andhra with 25 Lok Sabha seats, Telangana 17, Jharkhand 4 out of 14, Odisha 4, and the election process has started also on the assembly seats. That is, 28 assembly seats have gone to polls today in Odisha. UP 13, MP 8, Bihar 5, Maharashtra 11, West Bengal 8, and J&K is 1. And also, as far as Andhra is concerned, 175 assembly seats have gone to polls today. Now, the latest voter turnout figure is a little over 62%. That is what is being reported. That is the estimated voter turnout. Now, how are the odds stacked up? This is a day when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Varanasi. He's holding a roadshow, and there are various interviews of Amit Shah and Prime Minister saying that they are very, very confident that BJP is coming back with a full majority. Now, how are the odds stacked up as far as these 96 Lok Sabha seats are concerned? We'll try and discuss all of that. I'm joined by Shaira Naeem, who's a very senior journalist and political commentator from Uttar Pradesh. Thank you so much, Shaira. We have Sharad Pradhan, political commentator and author. Thank you so much, Sharadji, for joining. We have Mr. Papa Rao, who joins us from Hyderabad, and he keeps a close eye on what's happening in Andhra. Thank you so much, Mr. Papa Rao. And we have Rajesh Mahapatra, a very senior journalist and political commentator. Thank you so much, Rajesh, for joining. Now, let me begin with Sharadji. There are various reports of EVM malfunctioning. There are reports, say, for example, there have been irregularities in Kannauj. People have said that they pressed the button on the cycle and the slip they saw was carrying a lotus symbol. So all of that is being reported. There is a video footage of people talking about it, but then also we've not heard anything from the Election Commission. What are your sources telling you? What are the kind of reports you've got from areas like Lakhimpur Kheri, Kannauj, and all these places?
Well, Lakhimpur Kheri has reported these kind of incidents. Besides, even in Unnao, such incidents have been reported. And of course, but irrespective of these complaints, the fact remains that Election Commission, which we all know how spineless it has become. So one is not expecting any action on the part of the Election Commission. It is, it's sad but unfortunate, but that's how it is, and that's the reason people are getting away with murder. And they are, the very fact that on the very day the Chief Election Commissioner held the press conference, he tried to make mockery of this complaint against electronic voting machines by citing the verdicts of different courts. He said, "Kid, so many times it has been taken up and every time it has been dismissed. So then what's the need to talk about it?" And that's the reason he did not even give appointment to 26 political parties who wanted to have an audience with him on this issue. But the Election Commission is functioning like a wing of the PMO, or maybe the BJP organization. Well, less said the better. So under these circumstances, it is one has to be really careful, and there is little that a voter can do about it, except for making some noise, which we have heard on various channels today. But fact remains that mischief is being played, and wherever the opposition is strong enough and they have local leaders who can at least raise their voice against it, such malpractices could be curbed. But then it has to be a strong local input, which you will not find everywhere, particularly in the remote polling stations, where the political parties, especially the unlike the BJP, which has a grassroots level organizational setup, it is not easy. But of course, in UP, where Samajwadi Party has an almost parallel kind of network at the grassroots level, I think that is the reason you find these issues being raised and coming up. But what is important today is that the overall feel that I've been observing is that the Modi magic has faded out, and that is the reason for the jittery behavior that you see on the part of both Modi and Shah. The kind of like talking about going to Odisha and talking about जिले के की capital district का capital, unless he has this thing in mind that when he becomes prime minister with 400 seats, he'll reconstitute the districts also and have capitals of every district. So the fact is, other than that, even in UP, one finds that Ram Mandir does not gel in the manner the BJP had expected. Already, you would be aware that in Ayodhya, 3 airlines have already cancelled their flights because there are no passengers. Likewise, the inflow of people coming by different trains that were introduced is also come down drastically. And so, but the instructions by the government ensure that the figures every day that the arrival of devotees is concerned, they are fabricated every day, manufactured. So if the actual number is 50,000, they are told to give a figure of 3,50,000. That's how it's going. So that also reflects that the problem with the BJP is how to answer the people's questions on the real issues, and for which they have no. So that's the reason they've taken recourse to Hindu Musalman and now more of Pakistan also, because Hindu Musalman also I seems to have uh, failed in the way they thought it would work. So probably now it has come to India, Pakistan. At the end of the day, this reflects the desperation which is within, and which is also because the ground reality is that BJP is finding it extremely hard to just to not only retain the numbers, but to ensure that the numbers don't go down, which seem to be going down everywhere. I have not come across a state where BJP is likely to enhance its numbers. So that's a main worry, but let's see how it goes.
Right. All right. Now let me come to Rajesh Mahapatra. Today, Prime Minister was in Bihar and he was heard saying that BJP is expecting uh, fabulous results from all quarters of the country. And he named out all the directions from east, west, south, and north. This is what he claimed today, that he will get a big surprise from all these corners. Now, as far as Odisha is concerned, since the election process has started, as far as the assembly elections are concerned, 28 seats have gone to polls. As far as the assembly seats are concerned, 4 Lok Sabha seats have gone to polls. How are the odds really stacked up when you look at this entire contest between BJD, Biju Janata Dal, Congress, and BJP? So, like a triangular fight. Where are these parties really placed, and how do we look at the stacks? How are the odds stacked up?
So, Nilu, I was looking at the voter turnout numbers. Up until 3 p.m., they were 52% for the 4 constituencies that went to poll today. These are, barring Berhampur, these are mostly tribal dominated constituencies, and these are difficult terrains, hilly terrains. And I think the 52% number is a good number. Now that the 5 p.m. update puts the nationwide voter turnout at 62.3%, I'm hoping that the final number here would be anywhere around 65% or more, which is a good sign. Which is a good sign that because the 4 districts that went to polls today, BJP doesn't have much of a presence. BJP is building presence. These were traditionally fought between Congress and Biju Janata Dal, namely Koraput, where the sitting MP is from Congress, and in Berhampur, where the person who contested on a BJP ticket last time has switched over to BJD. The in these 4 constituencies, which also include about 28 assembly constituencies, uh, the chances of BJP doing better is not a possibility, because they have very limited reach in these districts. But however, compared to the fact that they were almost a non-entity in many parts of these 4 districts, they have come a long way, and that's probably also is reflecting in the higher voter turnout, or a reasonably good voter turnout that we would see. So that's about the constituencies that have gone to polls today. But if you were asking me the overall Odisha scenario, kind of spoken at different places. I was giving 50-50 when it came to Lok Sabha. It is not a triangular contest in Odisha. It is now BJP has established itself as the main opposition party there. They are the principal opposition. There are a few constituencies like Balasore, like Kalahandi, like Navrangpur. These are the three constituencies where the contest is triangular, truly triangular, and it can swing any which way. As far as my assessment, based on a trip that I made a week ago, uh, and I didn't go to many places. Here is the sense that I was getting. In 8 out of 21 Lok Sabha seats, it was very clear that BJD will win. In 5 seats, it was clear that the BJP has a significant edge and probably will win. Of the remaining 8 seats, 3 were close triangular contests and 5 were close two-way contest. And I was coming to a conclusion that, well, probably it would be 50-50, maybe 11 BJP, 9 BJD, or 10 BJP, 9, 11 BJD, 9 BJP, 10. Last time they had won 8 seats, and probably Congress would won 1 seat, which is the Koraput seat they are favored to win. But something that Sharad pointed out, I'm thinking one may have to change one's assessment, which is the comment Prime Minister made about Naveen Patnaik. So far, the two had a tacit understanding that they never attacked each other. This is the first time the Prime Minister Narendra Modi not only broke that rule, but his comment was a bit below the belt. And if you know Naveen Patnaik, the kind of person he is, he's a very complicated personality. This is not going to go down very well. And we also know that there are a few places where perhaps Naveen had picked such candidates that it was, many had this conspiracy theory that it was tailor-made for BJP to win. For example, in Puri, he has given a very weak candidate against some. For instance, in Sambalpur, where Dharmendra Pradhan is contesting, he has made a person from coastal belt to stand in Sambalpur. And people in Sambalpur can't stand people from the coast. So
which means tacit understanding, Rajesh, is very clear between BJP and BJP.
I think somewhere along the line, I don't know, I don't understand why Mr. Modi made that statement, because this statement is not only going to cost BJP a bit, because here you will now see a very aggressive side of BJD now, directly targeting BJP at every level now. And that is going to happen. Knowing Naveen, that is going to happen. He's a man of few words, but he does things what he wants to do.
No, but Rajesh, how have the people in Odisha taken this comment saying that, when Prime Minister that expiry date of Naveen Patnaik?
I'm pretty sure it won't have gone down well. You see, you can raise Odia Asmita by talking about Pandian. That will have a bias. But, Naveen is still, enjoys a very different kind of stature. You could attack Naveen on all other fronts. But, anything that is personal, I'm not sure how it goes with the Odia psyche. But that is not where the trouble is going to end. I think it was a politically wrong move, because should the BJP should the BJP's tally fall to such an extent that it has to seek out support, Naveen Patnaik was an assured support base for Modi. I don't know, what happens to that kind of confidence that Modi had in Naveen. What happens to it now? Should the BJP tally fall drastically, would there be a Naveen Patnaik to bail him out? That's
Right.
also something that has been risked.
Right. That's an important point you've made. Now let's come back to Andhra, and then I'll come to Shaira again for the overall developments. Paparao, how would you look at the developments in Andhra, given the fact that 175 assembly seats have gone to polls? Then also, as far as the Andhra is concerned, 25 Lok Sabha seats are also up for grabs in today's content. How would you see the political developments in Andhra, where Narendra Modi has been saying, Amit Shah has been saying that, oh, we'll sweep and there'll be big surprises coming in from Andhra. Do you see a possibility of that, given the kind of alliances which have been formed up?
Whatever Amit Shah might say, And as our friend has put on first round itself, BJP is going to have many surprises. It is not the nation and other parties, but BJP definitely is going to have many surprises on June 4th. It is very much visible in many women. What is
By
symbolic things that are
surprise, you mean
happening
a
all the
shocker. Paparao, you by surprise you mean a shocker?
definitely.
A negative one or a positive one?
Definitely, it is going to be. For example, let me say one thing that has never happened in these 10 years is that defections from from BJP to other parties. Now there are defections from BJP to other parties. The independents that are supporting the BJP government in Haryana are trying to go away from it and join the Congress alliance. That is one thing that has never happened over these 10 years. Nobody is daring to leave BJP. Everybody is flocking to BJP. In fact, maybe the effect of ED, CBI, or whatever it might be. That is one thing that is happening. Already the indications are there. Second thing, one national channel, very popular channel, has uh, told people that it is going to stop the live telecasting of Modi and Shah. That is another shocker. It's not a small thing. It's a business organization too. It is a media organization, but it is a business organization too. But their decision is a big shocker and is a very, 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 very visible signal that BJP is losing ground. The other is that these share markets have collapsed like anything. For almost 10 days, there is only downfall. Volatility index has increased like anything. Volatility index is something that says that the investors are very shaky, insecure. They're insecure because they're afraid the ruling government might go away. So many indicators, so many things that are showing up that this government may not last. So forget the thing. Shah is saying that he will spring up some surprises and all. He will have his own surprises in the time to come soon. And the other thing about the AP is that one basic surprise even for me is that I thought that the voting percentage will rise like anything because the ruling party and the opposition are like it is not like just a election where the rival political parties try to get the power. It is like a Mahabharata Yuddha. It is a life and death question for each of the parties. Whichever party loses in this election is people are assuming that will be finished. It is the end of that party. That is the kind of environment that is there in the AP state now. So that is the reason why people from Hyderabad, whoever are there in Hyderabad from AP, and those who got votes there are going in lakhs of numbers. 25 lakh people are supposed to have gone from Hyderabad to AP in order to vote in this election. So much of polarization, so much of hostility, so much of rivalry is a life and death battle, and already tensions are showing up during this polling process in Palnadu and Tadipatri. Some places the tensions are high, but just because the administration is alert, some of these things are being controlled. Otherwise, the temperatures are so high that it can have anything could happen sort of environment. So that is the reason. But surprising thing is that last time in 2019 legislative election, the polling percentage is turnout is 79.86%. And this time around now by 5 p.m. it is only 68.04%. As I get it. So see, I expected the number of people who vote to increase, voting, but that did not happen. Maybe that shows that
So,
there is no much.
as far as the political equations and the alliances are concerned, do you think that the alliance between Chandrababu Naidu, BJP, and the Janasena, they seem to be getting any positive results? Are they? Which way are they really moving, or do you see YS Jagan Reddy really moving ahead? What is your assessment on the ground?
Overtly to say, the alliance of TDP and BJP definitely is an opportunistic alliance. It is supposed to be one Telugu writer from Delhi. He wrote to a vernacular Delhi. It is a Rakshasa Vivaha. It is a marriage that was done by force of
Right.
BJP. So that
Absolutely.
is how he described it. That is a fact. That is how the Telugu Desam people are also saying in private talk, they are saying it is a forced marriage. TDP got to accept for that marriage. So that is it. And people are perceiving, even the Telugu Desam cadres are perceiving it as a bad thing that happened to them. So this is the overall, there is a negative perception as to TDP BJP alliance. But one thing that can be savior for the TDP BJP alliance could be that in our society in India, particularly in the AP society, it is not the justice, it is not the principle centeredness that matters. It is the caste that is mattering. So, truth and principle centeredness may be casualties of this caste bias of the people, even that has percolated down to the lowest level. Even the common man is thinking about his own caste and his own identity more than what he is getting from the government, or that what you call, even more than my economic well-being. I'm thinking of my caste. Caste is more important for the people of AP now more than any time in the past. They're forgetting their own real interest in the world. So this might be the only reason that could be the savior of the alliance of TDP and BJP. If the caste combination of TDP and Janasena works out. But already there is a news is spreading that Janasena votes means Kapu votes. That is supposed to be Naidu community or Kapu community. They are not getting transferred to TDP because there is a traditional rivalry between the TDP's Saudari or Kamma caste and the Naidu or the Kapu caste of the Pawan Kalyan. There is a traditional rivalry because of one murder that happens in 1980s, end of 1980s, that is murder of Ranga. One Ranga, a very popular leader of the Kapu community and a very popular leader even among us, the poor people of the AP state, one of the popular leaders. His murder reflects badly on Chandrababu Naidu, reflected badly on Chandrababu Naidu, and he is supposed to be hand behind that. That is supposed to be just. And but that has reflected badly on the relations between the Kamma and Kapu community. And since then, Kapus are totally against the Kammas. So that is why in this election also, though Janasena and Pawan Kalyan, who represent mostly Kapus, and TDP, which reflects in the Chaudhary community, there may not be smooth vote transfer between Janasena and Chandrababu, or the Chaudhary community and the Kapu community. That could be one reason. That is already news is spreading that there is no proper vote transfer. And the other thing, there might not be vote transfer between TDP and BJP because it's a Rakshasa Vivaha. They're very angry with BJP. They might not vote to BJP cadres, and BJP voters too may not vote to BJP. That is one thing. So there might not be proper smooth vote transfer between Janasena, TDP, and BJP. That could be one reason. And the other is that there is not overwhelming increase in the voting percentage that says that people are not so enthusiastic to get rid of Jagan. That is one thing. Maybe they want to go with the status quo. That could be the reason they are not coming in overwhelmingly out to vote to the polling booths. So perhaps Jagan might have lesser number of seats. He might continue with power, whatever power he is in. He might continue with that. That is what basically preliminary indication of what I believe.
Right. All right. Now we've got a clear view of what's happening in Odisha and what might happen, and also in Andhra. Now, Shairaji, I'll come to you now. Given the fact that these 19 Lok Sabha seats have gone to polls, then there is a roadshow by the Prime Minister, which is happening as we speak right now. Tomorrow, he's going to file the nomination in Varanasi. Now, what is Election Commission really doing? All the TV channels are trying to project Prime Minister's roadshow as the event of the day. If you open the TV channels, you switch on the television sets, the only and only visual, it seems, is the Prime Minister's roadshow. What is Election Commission doing? What about the level playing field? And who is really going to comment on the Election Commission, given the fact that today Delhi High Court rejected one of the petitions, saying that how can we assume that Election Commission will not take action against the Prime Minister? Now that is like a conjecture, but then questions are being raised on the Election Commission. What does one say about that?
All over the media, the Prime Minister's roadshow is there, Amit Shah's meetings, and they're across it's live all the time On the other hand, what is even more alarming is the reports which are coming from a number of these constituencies where voters have not been able to vote. At least, at least in Sitapur, Farrukhabad, Kannauj, these are the three places where I have information. People have informed that Muslim voters have not been allowed to vote. Their names have been deleted from the voters list. So this is very alarming, and they have the Samajwadi Party has complained. In fact, as far as I know, my sources tell me that Akhilesh has rushed to Kannauj to sort it out. So it's a massive problem of missing names, and they have been complaining to the election commission. So it makes a mockery of the election process if at the end of the day the voters cannot vote without fear, and can make a choice. So what is the point of having an election? This has been yeah, my sources in the in the inside the government have also told me that there have been wide scale bungling in the election rolls, and a lot of names have been strategically deleted. So now in today's phase, it was there were 13 seats, and it was completely BJP phase, because in 19 every single seat was won by the BJP. So now it's a question of prestige to retain all these seats. And today the percentage has also been relatively higher. For instance, till 5 o'clock, the highest was 62.75% in Chiri, where the BJP has fielded a very controversial person, uh, this Union Minister Teni, whose son was involved in the Chiri incident 2 years ago. And the lowest has been in Kanpur, 50.91. But compared to the earlier three phases, the polling has been more brisk, maybe because of the weather. Today was relatively, there was a pleasant. But the point which I want to point out is that the election commission is just not responding to complaints during the election, like for instance, yesterday, what happened in Amethi and Raebareli, this journalist who was beaten up when I'm sure you're aware of that, that he was doing a story where women told him that they were paid to attend Amit Shah's rally, and when he went to the BJP office bearers for a comment on that status, he was beaten up. So, is this a level playing field? Is this the way elections are covered? Somebody today was telling me, well, this happened even in the time of Congress. They used to pay to bring people. I said, okay, fine, maybe Congress did bring people. But when it was reported, were the journalists beaten up? I don't recall any incident of a journalist being beaten up for reporting this. So these are clear violations, and now it doesn't really matter. Nobody is taking any cognizance. Even so, where does whole machinery has there's been kind of a systemic failure of the election commission machinery, where it is not taking any cognizance of violation, and where it is allowing one political party to get away with all sorts of violations. The speeches which are being made, they are hurtful. They are meant to create enmity between two sections. But it seems as if it doesn't really matter. Some people are above law.
All right, all right. So, Sharaji, I'll just take a concluding comment and then I'll end the program. So, overall picture, what does it look like? Because there are many other states which it was a vast canvas to cover today. There is Maharashtra, there is West Bengal. Again, there has been political violence over there as well. Maharashtra again looks like a tricky field for BJP. It has been a political hunting ground for BJP. They've experimented all sorts of things over there as well, and where it seems that the sympathy for Sharad Pawar and sympathy for Uddhav Thackeray are the predominant factors in Maharashtra as well. So overall, could you just give us a sense before we conclude the program that is fourth phase also looking very, very tricky for BJP as compared to the earlier phases?
That we will know tomorrow after we assess the tone of the senior leaders, how
Full
they
dress.
Okay.
how they
Yeah.
speak. They
I
Uh,
think, yeah, yeah. All right, all right. I'll take a quick
yeah.
comment from Sharaji also. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Sharaji.
I feel that BJP is as much on a sticky wicket as it was in the first three phases, as we had witnessed, which was also got reflected in the kind of narrative that Modi tried to build after that, and he seemed to be losing out on even the language, the level to which he stooped down was unbelievable. Because I never imagined the Prime Minister getting down to that level of Mangal Sutra and all that. And now it has come down to Pakistan again, which shows that BJP is losing it out somewhere, and it has realized that they are not on the same footing as they were in 2019. So, which is why they do not know how to handle the situation. So, the best way for them, it has always been using the communal card, and not only just communal card, bringing in, because they probably cannot, maybe they cannot do another Pulwama
Right.
or a Balakot. So they've come down to this Pakistan business, which makes no sense, which actually makes no sense. And even I find even BJP supporters talking about it in very mild terms, but they see no sense in whatever is coming out from the Prime Minister, which is very strange, because on one hand, the mainstream media is busy lapping up everything that the Prime Minister does from morning to evening, as you rightly pointed out, that today all the channels, it seems that there's nothing other than Modi's road show happening in Varanasi. And what else do you expect in Varanasi? Varanasi, it is bound to be, it is his constituency, it's the Prime Minister's constituency. So it is going to be all hunky dory. It's going to be huge, big excitement. Everything is organized very well, and he has that kind of support there. So, and to lap that up and to show it as if something spectacular is happening is what they are projecting, and through that the media is trying to, and obviously help Modi to send the message across, and to water down whatever, all the faux pas that he commits is being watered down. So, but this again, let me tell you, is also an indication of BJP losing it out gradually.
All
And
right.
I think that the deal is already done in the four elections. The message that has gone around is pretty clear, that BJP is struggling hard to even get closer to what it got in 2019. But it doesn't seem to be getting anywhere.
All the pollsters, say for example, Yogendra Yadav also has predicted, and I was just looking at his statement a short while back where he said that they are not even winning 220 seats. But that's a prediction which they are making. We'll have to wait and watch what happens on 4th June. For now, all eyes would be now on the fifth phase of the Lok Sabha polls, which is on 20th of May. Thanks so much, Charat Pradhan, Rajesh Mahapatra, Papa Rao, and Shairaji. It was wonderful having all of you on the program. And one appeal to the
Thank you.
viewers who are discussion, subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback, and stay tuned to TheFederal. Thank you.